because what Kevin Stefanski did is actually par for the course. I know a lot of fans don't want to hear it. I know a lot of fans don't know about it, but I'm going to take y'all inside this locker room. So,
but I thought the guys did a really nice job of Shedeur and operating, the guys making plays. So, again, a ton to teach off of.
That I look decent, and the Los Angeles Rams call the Browns so I can be their third string quarterback, because that's right. The Rams story right now is Matt Stafford's got a bad back, and that is really concerning. And their backup quarterback, while a fine backup quarterback, has his own injury.
Shedeur Sanders' first NFL preseason game wasn't just a debut. It was a detonation. One game, one night, and suddenly the air in Cleveland felt heavier. His performance, sharp, fearless, and undeniably electric, should have cemented optimism. Instead, it's unleashed a firestorm. And now, the storm has a new flashpoint. Kevin Stefanski, the man tasked with leading this franchise, has allegedly made it clear he doesn't want Shedeur in Cleveland. Not as a backup, not as a future starter, not at all. Those words, whether born of conviction, frustration, or politics, have ripped through the Browns' fan base like a siren at midnight. But the shockwave doesn't stop there. Reports now say Shedeur himself has taken a stand, asking to be placed on the trade list. The rookie who just lit up the field is ready to walk away from the very team that drafted him. And he's not alone. Fans, furious, defiant, are flooding social media, echoing his demand. This isn't just a Browns problem anymore. This is the kind of public fracture that catches the attention of every front office in the NFL. A quarterback with proven poise, raw talent, and a brand bigger than the jersey he wears suddenly on the market. It's rare for a rookie to hold this kind of leverage. It's even rarer for it to play out in the open. But that's exactly where we are, and every tick of the clock raises the stakes. The drama isn't slowing down. It's accelerating. And if Cleveland doesn't find a way to contain it, the entire league is about to feel the aftershocks.
I'm telling you right now, Shedeur Sanders proves he's more than capable enough to lead this team to the playoffs, possibly the Super Bowl. I am downright saying that right here, right now. Lead this team to the playoffs and possibly.
The rise of Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland should have been a rallying cry, the kind of story that unites a locker room and electrifies a city. But instead, it became something far more complicated. Just as the excitement was reaching its peak, the narrative began to fracture. Behind closed doors, tension started to simmer. What looked from the outside like a team ready to embrace its future was on the inside, wrestling with doubt. Reports began to leak, whispers of friction between Shedeur and the coaching staff. Not arguments you could see on the sideline, but a quiet resistance, an unwillingness from certain corners of the building to hand him the keys to the franchise. For every teammate who believed he was ready, there was another voice asking if it was too soon. And then came the moment that turned whispers into a headline. Kevin Stefanski, the man whose approval could have set Sanders' path, made it clear Shedeur is not part of his long-term vision for this team. That statement didn't just ripple through Cleveland, it detonated. Fans who had watched Sanders' poised, precise preseason debut were left stunned. Analysts who had predicted a steady rise suddenly found themselves asking how a player with so much promise could already be staring at an uncertain future. For the Browns, it was more than just a football decision. It was a message. And for Shedeur Sanders, it may have been the first sign that his story in Cleveland could end before it ever truly began.
I think it's got to be done. And I'm going to do it. Super Bowl! Super Browns! Yeah! I think we might have one.
Here's where the stakes rise even higher. If Shedeur Sanders doesn't see starting reps in the remaining preseason games, it's not just a coaching decision. It's a potential derailment of momentum that rookies rarely get back. He's already proven, under the bright lights and with the weight of expectation on his shoulders, exactly what he can do when trusted with the role. Quick reads, sharp execution, composure well beyond his years. Those aren't traits you put on the shelf. Those are the building blocks of a franchise quarterback. And yet, each snap he spends on the sideline isn't just a missed rep, it's a missed opportunity. A golden window to shape and develop a potential face of the franchise is closing, inch by inch, with every preseason drive he doesn't lead. Fans know it. The city feels it. Every day that passes without Sanders under center only fuels the frustration, amplifying the tension inside Cleveland and far beyond. What was once excitement is now teetering on the edge of outrage.
Is what you're telling me what he can't do. Like my coach just said in college, find something that he can do. See, you keep telling me what Shedeur can't do. Well, your job as a coach is to put players in position and find something that they can do.
Shannon Sharpe's criticism didn't come out of nowhere. It struck directly at the heart of what many felt watching Kevin Stefanski's most recent press conference. Instead of embracing the momentum Shedeur Sanders had built, Stefanski seemed determined to focus on the flaws. Point after point, the conversation revolved around what needed fixing: footwork adjustments, timing issues, decision-making under pressure. Valid critiques, perhaps, but delivered without balance, without even a nod to the growth Sanders has already shown or the undeniable flashes of brilliance he's put on display. For a rookie who just showcased poise, accuracy, and command beyond his years, the absence of any public acknowledgement of his strengths felt telling. To fans and analysts, it was as if the message wasn't, "We see your potential." It was, "You're still not enough." And that's exactly why Sharpe's words resonated. Because in this league, public perception matters. What a head coach says and doesn't say send a message not just to the player, but to the entire organization. So, before we move forward, let's hear it for ourselves. Exactly what Kevin Stefanski said that set this firestorm in motion.
But I thought the guys did a really nice job of Shedeur and operating, the guys making plays. So, again, a ton to teach off of.
There was no spark in his words, no true recognition of what had just unfolded on the field. Just a fleeting, almost obligatory nod, "He's good," before Kevin Stefanski pivoted straight into the well-worn refrain. "There's still a lot to work on." Really, coach? That's it? How do you justify keeping a rookie this dynamic, this composed, under pressure, away from first-team reps after a debut like that? How does a performance that lit up the stadium, that had fans believing they'd just seen the future of the franchise, get reduced to little more than a shrug? In a league where confidence is currency and public praise can shape a player's trajectory, the message was clear: don't get comfortable, don't expect more. And for Shedeur Sanders and the fans rallying behind him, that wasn't just disappointing, it was a gut punch.
Wait a minute, but where's the can't coming from when we just saw him do it? I know it's a small sample size, it's 3/4 of football, but everything you said he can't do, he just did. Matter of fact, he just did what we already saw him do at Jackson State. He just did what we saw him do at Colorado. We just did, even though it's a small sample size. Uncle, I played the game for a very long time.
Ocho didn't dance around the issue. He went straight for the question that's been burning in every fan's mind. Why? Why are so many people inside this building and across the league still refusing to acknowledge the obvious talent standing right in front of them? And he didn't leave it there. Ocho doubled down, putting his full weight behind Shedeur Sanders. He reminded everyone of the facts. This wasn't just a rookie flashing in garbage time. This was a young quarterback stepping onto the NFL stage, operating without the luxury of star receivers or elite protection, and still finding ways to produce. Third and fourth string weapons, makeshift defensive lines, defensive units desperate to make a statement against a rookie. And yet, Sanders delivered, poised, accurate, unshaken. Ocho stressed the reality that's impossible to ignore. Shedeur hasn't even taken the field with the first or second units. He hasn't had the timing, chemistry, or protection that a franchise quarterback is supposed to be afforded. And still, he made it work. To Ocho, that's not just a promising sign. It's a warning shot to anyone underestimating him. Because if Sanders can do this now, with scraps, imagine what he could do with a real arsenal. With resources, with genuine support, the ceiling doesn't just rise, it disappears. This isn't just potential. It's the blueprint for something special, if only the Browns are willing to see it.
The fact that He's not getting first-team reps with the ones or the twos and still went out there and looked the way he did. What does that tell you?
He getting marginal
Anybody
reps to
with
begin
common
with.
sense
Damn the
will
ones and
find-
twos, Ocho. He barely getting reps at all.
And then okay, I'll say no more.
At this stage, the criticism aimed at Kevin Stefanski is no longer a shock. It's an expectation. But the conversation is shifting, and the questions being asked cut deeper than just play calling or roster management. Many around the league are beginning to suggest that Stefanski's treatment of Shedeur Sanders may have little to do with what's actually happening on the field, because the numbers, the poise, and the flashes of brilliance tell one story, but the coach's actions tell another. The whispers are growing louder. Shedeur wasn't Stefanski's pick. He wasn't even Andrew Berry's. This wasn't the carefully scouted, hand-selected quarterback the front office built their future around. And for some in power, that matters, maybe more than it should. What should be a pure football decision is starting to feel like something else entirely, a collision of egos, visions, and personal agendas. Instead of rallying behind a player who's already shown he can rise under pressure, it's as if the focus has shifted to protecting narratives, not nurturing talent. And that's the danger. Because when politics start calling the plays, even undeniable talent can get left on the bench. And in Cleveland, the clock is ticking on just how long Shedeur Sanders and the fans who believe in him are willing to wait.
The lack of enthusiasm because it's viewed that Stefanski did not pick Shedeur Sanders. Then Andrew Berry did not pick Shedeur Sanders. And I prescribe to that. I do. I subscribe to that. Prescribe to it, subscribe to it. Whatever scribed you can get, I believe this was Jimmy Haslam.
The saga surrounding Shedeur Sanders has officially reached its breaking point. What started as preseason promise has now erupted into full-blown drama. With a single move sending shockwaves through the league, Shedeur's request to be placed on the trade list. Just weeks ago, it looked as though the Browns had stumbled upon their future cornerstone. His preseason debut wasn't just good, it was electric, poised under pressure, sharp in execution, a performance that should have been the foundation for a long-term plan. But instead of building momentum, the friction between Sanders and Kevin Stefanski has only grown deeper. And now, the quarterback who should be the face of Cleveland's future is questioning whether he even has one here. By requesting a trade, Shedeur isn't just expressing frustration. He's making a statement that says, I know my worth, I know my talent, and I refuse to let my career be confined by hesitation, politics, or personal agendas. For Sanders, this is about more than playing time. It's about opportunity. It's about proving himself in an environment that's willing to believe in him as much as he believes in himself. And already, potential suitors are circling. The Los Angeles Rams are among the teams rumored to be watching closely. A franchise with the offensive creativity, resources, and stability that could unlock every ounce of his potential. For the Browns, this is no ordinary roster decision. It's a defining moment. Do they hold on to a young, marketable, and immensely talented quarterback, hoping to mend the rift and give him the shot he's earned? Or do they cash in now, trade him for draft capital, and risk watching him become a star somewhere else? Shedeur's trade request has instantly become one of the most captivating storylines in the NFL. It's a rare mix of talent, tension, and timing. The kind of drama that doesn't just shift a player's career, but can alter the trajectory of entire franchises. So now the questions fall to you. Is Shedeur Sanders justified in wanting out? Should he stay in Cleveland and fight for his place? Or take his talents to a team ready to hand him the reins? How much of this is about coaching decisions? And how much is personal politics behind closed doors? And if the Browns do let him go, where would you send him? Which team could give Shedeur the stage to become everything we've already seen flashes of? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This isn't just another NFL headline. It's a quarterback crossroads the whole league is watching.